Hello there, welcome to my views and some stories from Ethiopia. First, revelations from Fano commander. We know that a few months ago, Amhara regional president was removed. Yilkal Kifale was removed, and Araga Kabede took office. And a Fano commander made some claims yesterday about the removal of Yilkal Kifale. Why was Yilkal removed? Second, viewers, assassinations continuing in the Amhara region. I told you that now assassinations will increase. Target killings will increase. Almost on daily basis, people are being assassinated. Fingers being pointed towards Fano, obviously. That Fano is responsible. Thirdly, a letter has been written to the UAE's government by an Ethiopian diaspora group, asking the UAE government to stop delivery of drones and weapons to Ethiopian government. Details for you in this video. Firstly, viewers, Yilkal Kifale's former Amhara regional president, he took office, I think, in 2021, at the end of 2021, if I am not wrong. Before Yilkal, the regional president, the former regional president before Yilkal, is now the Speaker of House of Federation. And when Tigray forces were sweeping across Wollo, moving into Romia Special, North Shore, back then the region was led by another president. Later, Tigray forces had to retreat, and after the retreat, Yilkal took office, and Yilkal then led the region for more than a year, and around 2 years, I would say. Yilkal, more than 1.5 years, he led the region. But when Fano started its operations this year, and Fano started expanding its territories under its control, Yilkal had to go. Though the transition was peaceful and it wasn't firing, it was said that Yilkal was not fired. Rather, he just said goodbye, he resigned, and Araga Kabde took office. But a Fano commander claims that the reason behind the removal of Yilkal was related to action against Fano and Amhara special forces. By the way, when Yilkal had to go, I said it was basically a dismissal, a removal, not a resignation, because whenever Ethiopian officials, part of the government, are told to leave, they're told to resign mostly. They resign for face saving. We know that they've been fired. Yilkal had been fired. Why was he fired? Yilkal is from Gojam, by the way, and Mere Bodajo, a Fano commander from Wollo, was interviewed last night, and he responded to several questions about drone strikes, about 7-day ultimatum, etc. And he talked about Yilkal Kifale. According to Mere Bodajo, Yilkal was against the disbandment of Amhara special forces. He was against the disbandment of Fano groups. He refused, or he did not agree with federal government's decision to disband Amhara special forces. That is why he was fired. This is Merevodajo's claim. If I remember correctly, I think ASF had been disbanded while Yilkal was still in office. But after ASF had been disbanded, Yilkal government could not control the situation. We saw that a Prosperity Party leader was assassinated in North Shore, Girma Shitela. Then the ASF members started joining Fano groups. Fano started getting stronger. Yilkal government lost its control on the region, and Yilkal had to go. So I don't think that Yilkal stood against the disbandment of ASF. If I remember correctly, I think disbandment of ASF happened while Yilkal was in power, though he was hesitant, maybe reluctant to disband ASF, but he disbanded ASF. That was like shooting in his feet, and that decision backfired. Fano re-emerged as a strong player in the Amhara region. Vodajo spoke about drone strikes too. He said drone strikes are killing civilians. These are helpful for Fano fighters because now it's easy for Fano to get recruits. People not happy with, they're angry with these drone strikes, and they are joining Fano. Though I know that Fano fighters are also dying, and these drone strikes are a real problem for the Fano clubs. He talked about 7-day ultimatum too. You know that Ethiopian government has given a 7-day ultimatum deadline for Fano fight to surrender. No one is surrendering. He said no one will surrender. No one is surrendering, and government might show some arrested civilians as Fano fighters who have surrendered. And he talked about the organization of Fano Group. He said we're close to building a central structure of the armed movement in the Amhara region, and there's some cracks are being bridged, and soon will announce the formation of a central command, central headquarter of all Fano groups. Militarily, I think they have been struggling for months to form this central body. We heard from Colonel Fantahun too, I think more than 2 months ago, when he said that all groups were close to reaching an agreement about formation of a central level setup. Nothing happened. Vodajo is making similar claims, but we don't know if it has been agreed by all the parties or not, all the groups. And secondly, what about some diplomatic wing as well of the Fano groups, who can talk to government, who can talk to international media, who can talk to international diplomats? So Fano groups will have to do a lot. Formation of central organizations, not just for military purposes, but also for PR purpose, for talks with the government, for engagement with international media, etc. A lot needs to be done, but so far this central tier in Fano is missing. All groups are operating independently. Secondly, viewers, another assassination in the Amhara region. Assassinations are now happening almost on daily basis. Fano fighters are facing they are being targeted by precise drone strikes. So they have limited, they are minimizing their public mobility, public visibility, and the focus is now on ambush attacks and assassinations. Assassination is happening on daily basis. I'm doing videos almost on daily basis to tell you about the target killings. This assassination happened in Gondar city, where central Gondar city, a prosperity party leader was assassinated. His name is Yemir Siom. Yemir Siom was accompanied by his security guard, escorted by security guard, and grenades were thrown at his convoy. He could not survive. He and his bodyguards were killed in Gondar city, which is under the control of Ethiopian National Defense Force. Other assassinations happening too. Did some videos 2 days ago about assassinations in different parts of the Amhara region. I think regional government officials, prosperity party members will have to be very careful now regarding their movement in public. That is why sometimes ambulances are used by government officials, prosperity party members, for movement in the region. Lastly, viewers, a letter has been written by an Ethiopian diaspora group to the UAE's government. Name of this diaspora group is Ethiopian Canadian Network. The organization is asking the UAE's government to stop delivery of drones and other weapons to the Ethiopian government. Organization claims that more than 100 drone strikes have been conducted so far in the Amhara region. People are dying, civilians are being massacred in these drone strikes. UAE provided weapons are causing civilian casualties. Government is killing people with impunity. So international community must not support Ethiopian government. Will the UAE listen to this advocacy group's call to halt supply of weapons to Ethiopia? Obviously, no. Maybe after this letter, these organizations might move to some international forums. We saw similar letters during Tigray War II, when Tigray when Tigray diaspora organization protested in front of Turkish embassies, UAE embassies. They wrote letters to these governments asking them to stop delivery of drones, weapons to Ethiopian government. Nothing happened. Rather, Ethiopian government purchased drones, weapons from Iran, Turkey, UAE, and uh, obviously these governments want to protect their interests in Ethiopia. And if they know that PM Abiy's government can protect their interests, they'll be happy to support PM Abiy's government, no matter how many civilians are dying in Ethiopia. By the way, it's not that the civilians are dying in the drone strikes in the Amhara region. Target is Fano. Target was TDF when drone strikes were conducted in Tigray. Target is Ola when strikes are conducted in Oromia. Civilians die in collateral damage and sometimes due to faulty intelligence. Main target is Fano. People don't like my comment. They decided you are enemy of Amharas. You justify the killing of Amhara civilians in those strikes. But I report what I see, what I confirm. Target is Fano. There could be civilian deaths too, because whenever there are drone strikes, air strikes, no one can guarantee the security of civilians. It does not mean that I back drone strikes. I condemn civilian killings, but again, I would say target of these drone strikes, air strikes, are Fano fighters. Thank you for watching.